Imagine this. It's late at night, you're scrolling through your phone, and the lights in your house flicker. You tell yourself, it's nothing, until you hear a whisper coming from your closet. What would you do? We all love a good scary story. The kind that makes you glance over your shoulder or double-check the locks before bed. But tonight, we're not just talking about scary stories. We're diving into 18 terrifying true horror stories that will make you question if you're ever really alone. Each one is darker, creepier, and more unsettling than the last. So, turn off the lights, if you dare. Let's begin. What makes a story truly terrifying? It's not just ghosts or monsters. It's the feeling that these things could happen to anyone, even you. The stories you're about to hear come from people who thought they were safe, living normal lives until the unexplainable happened. These aren't campfire tales or urban legends. They're real experiences shared by people who lived through them. But can you handle the truth? Story 1. The Shadow in the Hallway. A teenager home alone hears footsteps echoing down the hallway. Thinking it's her mom, she calls out, but there's no response. When she checks, no one is there, except for a tall, dark shadow standing at the end of the hall. It doesn't move, it doesn't breathe, it just watches. She locks herself in her room, but the shadow appears outside her window, on the second floor. Story 2. The Silent Passenger. A man driving home late at night picks up a hitchhiker standing by the side of a deserted road. She's quiet, barely speaking a word, but as he approaches her destination, she suddenly disappears from the passenger seat. Shocked, he stops the car and looks around, only to find an old newspaper article on the floor detailing the death of a young woman, at the exact spot he picked her up. Story 3. The Locked Basement. A family moves into an old house with a basement door that's always locked. One night, the parents hear muffled cries coming from downstairs. Thinking their kids are playing a prank, they check the basement. The door swings open on its own, revealing a dark, empty space. As they turn to leave, they hear a child's voice whisper, "Don't leave me here." Story 4. The Haunted Painting. A woman buys a painting from a thrift store, charmed by its eerie beauty. But strange things start happening. Lights flicker, doors slam, and she hears crying at night. One evening, she notices the eyes in the painting are following her. She tries to get rid of it, but it keeps reappearing in her home. Story 5. The Phantom Knock. A college student living in a dorm hears 3 knocks on her door every night at exactly 3 a.m. When she finally opens the door, there's no one there. But she starts waking up with scratches on her arms and finds eerie messages written on her bathroom mirror. Story 6. The Vanishing Neighbor. A young couple moves into a new neighborhood and befriends an elderly woman next door. One day, she suddenly disappears. When they ask around, neighbors insist no one has lived in that house for decades. Yet, the couple has photos and memories of her visits, and cookies she baked still sitting on their counter. If you enjoyed these stories, don't forget to subscribe for more. Who knows? The next story might be yours.